Who's grabbed their Rexona bottle and sprayed it under their left arm, sprayed it under their right arm, stayed in the bathroom, didn't move? I'm one of them. I used to do it religiously. Back in the day, Rexona Sport was my choice of deodorant. And I also used to use Lynx Africa all over my body. And I used to spray it religiously multiple times a day, but in the bathroom, I'd spray it and stay in there. Now, I never questioned the ingredients in my deodorant or antiperspirant deodorant, nor did I think or question about the air, what was going into the air and me standing there and breathing it in. I guess over the years, I've started to question a lot of things. I definitely don't use a spray can anymore, and I definitely don't use deodorants or antiperspirants with chemicals. So let's question the ingredients, but I also understand it's not just about the ingredients and deodorants we use. We use it for multiple reasons. A, to smell good. B, to try to stop the sweat from occurring. Not just exercise, but in your day-to-day, going to meetings, events. We don't want sweat patches under our arms, so we use antiperspirant, but also for confidence reasons. Now, I think we should understand that the smell from sweat doesn't necessarily come from just our bodies. It comes from the food we're eating. And I think that people sort of don't care about that because they love food and they're not going to ever not eat onion or an ingredient that actually could cause the sweat to smell if that is an issue. So we do use it for that particular reason, to cover the smell, and we aren't going to change our pattern of food eating. Now, there's two different types, as I've just explained. There's deodorant and then there's antiperspirant deodorant. Now, they are two separate things and they do two different things. Let's understand the difference. Deodorants are designed to reduce the body odor by controlling the bacteria that break down sweat. That's all it does. Whereas antiperspirants go a step further by actually reducing the amount of sweat your body produces. Typically, they temporarily block sweat glands. So that's all that the antiperspirant are doing. Obviously, they put scents in it if you do sweat, so it doesn't stop the full sweat happening. So it tries to block the sweat glands, but they do put smells in there to reduce the smell of the sweat. So they're the two different types of deodorants. Now, a lot of them have chemicals as part of the ingredients. I just want to discuss a few of them, and I think we're aware of one of them in particular, aluminium. Aluminium compounds are broken up into all different aluminiums, and some of the ingredients will be just listed as aluminium. So it's good to just sort of understand or read that if it says something like aluminium something, it is aluminium. Now, the concerns with aluminium and the studies have come out, you can do your own research, but the issues and concerns with aluminium, breast cancer, hormonal disruption, Alzheimer's, which we're really aware of, and some neurological issues, just to name a few. I would never, ever use another deodorant or an antiperspirant deodorant that has aluminium. That is a non-negotiable for me. The other chemical that I've discussed previously in a lot of ingredients, a lot of products we use, and that's fragrance or perfume. Again, fragrance or perfume, they could have multiple ingredients under that label. So they could have, 5 different fragrances, and all they're able to do is call it fragrance. They don't have to list all those 5 other ingredients underneath it. Now, potential concerns, skin irritation, allergic reactions. One I want to discuss is headaches. Some people, we spray so much of this, or we roll it on, that we don't actually correlate that the smells or the perfumes and the fragrances in that could actually be causing my headache. We just think it could be stress. I haven't had enough water, I ate something, or whatever it is, and we're not actually thinking, hang on one second, I sprayed myself 3 times today. Could those fragrances be causing my headaches? Then there are respiratory sensitivities, hormone disrupting effects. So I would question a lot of the perfume and understand it a little bit better. The other ones are like parabens, so preservatives, and they're used to prevent bacteria, mold, and yeast growing. A lot of them are chemical preservatives. I've discussed that as well, especially the roll-ons that have water in them. You have to have a chemical preservative to stop bacteria, mold, and yeast growing. I would try to get ones that are 100% natural, maybe using vitamin E as the natural preservative. So some of the concerns with the preservatives are hormonal disruption, fertility concerns, breast tissue accumulation. The other one is propylene glycol. This ingredient helps products remain smooth, so a lot of it is used in the roll-ons as well, and it assists in ingredients penetrating the skin. Now, some of the issues with me and the concerns over the last couple of years questioning things is we're putting it on sensitive areas, and under your armpit is a lot more sensitive. The skin is a lot more absorbent than just your forearm skin or your shoulder skin or your back skin or your leg skin. So I think we should really question what we're putting on. Some of the issues with propylene glycol is there's skin irritation, redness, and sensitivity reactions. So when that is happening, we should really understand it. And a lot of people will say, oh, it was the soap I used, the shampoo I used, or, it could even be the clothes, but it could also be the deodorant you're using. So I would question a lot of these things. I would question the aerosol deodorants. Again, I would never use that. You're spraying it into the air, and unless you spray it, close your mouth before you spray it in the bathroom, walk out, and then take a breath, maybe that's okay. Well, for spray cans, and not for that actual ingredients going on in skin. I still disagree with that, but not disagree, but I'll question the ingredients that are in that aerosol deodorant. The problem when you're spraying it in and you breathe it in, you got fragrance particles, preservatives, solvents, propellants, and we're breathing that in. It's a big concern, and I used to do it all the time. There were a few of the ingredients I wanted to discuss. I'll put a list of them in the description. For me, I would go and grab your deodorant or antiperspirant deodorant, spray can or roll-on, read the ingredients, understand the ingredients, do your own research, Google, ChatGPT, it doesn't matter. If they've got these chemicals, go and throw it in the bin and go buy an alternative, a natural alternative, or stuff that has no aluminium. Or if you're concerned about a certain thing, go and get a product that doesn't have that in there, and then you can slowly buy things and reduce the amount of chemicals that you're using. Now, you can use natural alternatives. There are a lot of products out there that are natural. One of the products it's a funny one, but it's actually bicarb soda. Yep, baking soda. I used to use it a lot. I still do. You just grab it and you just literally grab some of the baking soda and you just rub it underneath your armpit. Baking soda actually helps odor and control. It actually reduces, or it becomes a neutral smell. It's an amazing product. I mean, who would have thought baking soda under your armpit? But it does work, and I've been using it. Try it and see. There are magnesium-based deodorants out there as well. They're becoming quite popular, and they also neutralize the odor causing bacteria without blocking the sweat glands if you don't want to block the sweat glands. So you've got magnesium-based deodorants, bicarb soda. There are other natural ingredients, arrowroot powder, coconut oil, which I've discussed. It has multiple uses if you've got it at home. Tallow-based balms. Now, you could even make a concoction yourself of coconut oil, magnesium, and baking soda. They're the three ingredients you want to use, all plant-based, natural, and then you could go and get some natural oils and mix it together so you've got a scent. You could use lavender, you could use lemon myrtle, you could use tea tree, you could use peppermint, you could use eucalyptus, you could use rosemary, you could use whatever scent you want, a flowery scent. So go and buy the natural oil and mix it in, and then just rub it underneath your armpit. There are plenty of natural products, or you can create your own one, but go and grab your deodorant, read the ingredients. If it's got chemicals and you're putting it under your arm, or you're spraying it in the air and breathing it in, throw it in the bin and go and buy a more natural product that's going to be healthier for you, your family, your kids. Again, these episodes aren't about fear or, telling you to do something. It's just more questioning the ingredients that are in them. Are they causing an issue? Has there been medical research on some of the ingredients? Why are they still using these ingredients in the product? And then hopefully make better choices and healthier choices. That's all I'm trying to do. If you like the episode, feel free to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And you know what they say, happy skin, happy life.